Hello BookTube. This is Linda Jo Martin, the book lady. I'm back after a long absence, and I'm really back to tell you that I'm probably going to have a longer absence in the future because I'm still working and I really need to focus in on my work, which I do at home. And if I'm constantly making videos, I'm not really giving the time that I need to the work that I'm doing, which is really just simple transcription, but for me it's very time consuming. And I want to save up enough money so that I won't have any more financial disasters in the near future. So I'm trying to pay off some bills. I've been trying to pay off my debt for a few years now, and I think I'm very close, but I have to keep working at this in order to make it all happen. And I want it to happen so that I can go traveling later on this year. And I don't want to get any further in debt than I already am. So I don't know if anyone can identify with that kind of thing, but just in case you're into having bills to pay and stuff like that, you might understand. So I'm distracted. I was going to try and do a video every day this year, but I have been putting some of my videos recently on a different channel. It's the one that has my name on it, Linda Jo Martin. It's an art channel. I just transformed it into an art channel about 2 weeks ago, because when I'm doing the transcription, it's very nice for me to be able to go and create something artistic, and it really is better to do that than to go read a book, because I don't know, just too many words on top of words. So the only book I've really been reading lately very much is Gulliver's Travels, and I've given up on everything else for the time being. Well, except for the Bible, of course, but you know me. But I read that in the morning. I have to, because it sort of is my way to start the day. But the rest of the time, the only book that I've been reading is Gulliver's Travels, which I'm trying to get through as quickly as possible. But oh, I'm so slow. I cannot believe I'm taking so long to read books. But that's the way it is. And I have a new hobby, apparently. I made this little book cover, and you can see the progress on that on the other channel. And apparently junk journals, as they call them, are very popular in the art channels, and I have never made a junk journal before, so I'm giving it a try. It's sort of like a homemade journal. I'm going to learn some book binding, and I'm very enthusiastic about that. I'm also working on an art journal separate from the junk journal. And so maybe the book lady is going to be into book binding. Who knows? That sounds like a fun hobby. So I do that in my spare time. And I've been sort of taking the videos as I do it, and it's an easy way to produce a video because I don't have to get on the screen at all, except for my hands, which are not beautiful. But I have to tell you, these are miracle hands, and I'm going to tell you why. I mean, I used to have eczema really, really bad. Really bad. It started like during my first pregnancy when I was 20 years old. And then I had eczema on my hand like all during my adult years. It was always itchy. It was terrible. And then after I came here, and I'm going to praise God, I became a Christian, and I prayed about it, and I finally found a medication that works with this. It's not like the eczema miraculously disappeared, but I think that I found the medicine that I needed. And so anytime it itches now, I just quickly put the medicine on and the eczema goes away, and I'm saved from how horrible it was before. It really was. So my hands may not be the most beautiful hands on YouTube, but they are my miracle hands, and I'm happy about them. Anyhow, I got a little off track there. So I was going to give you the pen report because I didn't come online and show you my journal, my bullet journal this week. So I took a picture of it before I started writing on it, and the pens that I used were, the one in the middle is a fountain pen with Navajo turquoise noodlers ink fountain pen ink in it. And I used that first to make the border, and then right next to that I used the Bible highlighter pen, which is called a Zebrite, that people actually use to put in their Bibles because it doesn't pleat through the page, those thin Bible pages. So then the third one is the Tombow marker, and I noticed that the Tombow marker has a blue exactly like the Zebrite. So I used the Tombow marker in the line right underneath where I put the date, and it's hard to tell, it's a different pen. It looks the same. So I'm going to do some more experiments with those two pens when I get to the right paper to see how they react to water, because I know the Tombow marker is a watercolor pen and it does react to water, and I don't know if the Zebrite will. I'm just going to have to experiment with it and see how similar the inks really are. Anyhow, things that I think about. Sorry about that. I was so happy today to come back and see that Catalyst Reads has a new account, in case you haven't noticed it yet. So that was a happy moment. And let's see, what else is happening? Guess not a whole lot. Wow, I'm bored. Boring. My life is boring, I guess. What can I say? So anyhow, I was doing a transcription job the other day, and right in the middle of the transcription interview, or phone call, I guess it was, the two people started talking about aliens, and I thought, wow, I get the most interesting files to transcribe. So I got to learn a little bit more about aliens, and that's my life. I do get very interesting files to transcribe most of the time, and my very favorites are the ones with retired people talking about their lives. Sometimes it's their work life, sometimes occasionally it's their personal life. Once in a while I get to transcribe something that somebody is doing as a preparation for writing a nonfiction book, so I find that fascinating. So I can't say the transcription is really a horrible, terrible thing, because it is interesting, but it is just so time consuming. It's keeping me away from BookTube, and I really have to focus on getting this money so that I won't have to continue worrying about money in the future. So that's where I'm at with that. Later this year I'm going to be doing some traveling, and I have no idea how to do BookTube and traveling at the same time. I think there's going to be a experimental learning curve thing going on. So I have that to look forward to, but my traveling probably will not start until after the summer. I'm thinking that winter might be more fun because I have a bad reaction to the heat. I have heat exhaustion when I get out in the heat, and I don't want to do that. If I want to go out, hiking or something like that, it has to be on a cooler day. So that's all I can tell you. I will get back to BookTube as soon as I can, but please forgive me. I'm just going to have to take a leave of absence because I have to focus on this other thing, and the BookTube is too distracting. Oh, there's one other thing. I started the Art and Creativity channel, and I'm doing some story reading and things like that over there. And I'm thinking also of taking my Christian videos onto another channel, because it seems like they're not really well received here. A lot of people will disconnect from my channel when they see the word Christian. So I am not going to stop talking about, what I believe and who I am, of course, but I'm thinking of just starting another channel just for Christian videos. Really, the other channel has no subscribers, so I don't think anyone would be offended, and I could just talk all I want about what I want to talk about. And it would be more on point. And I do understand that if you're here to talk about books, maybe you don't see the word Christian as relating to a specific book that I'm reading. Although it is, I read Christian books, and that's why I thought I'd talk about them on BookTube once a week. But a lot of people, I guess, if they see the word Christian, they think that I'm a religious channel and not a booktube channel. So I don't want to confuse anyone, and I will take my Christian videos to another channel, and I'll let you know when and where that is after I get a few of them posted. I'm going to try to develop some kind of a series over there before I advertise the channel. So that's my plans for the future, and I wanted to do a video every day this year, and I haven't been able to do that lately, but I did post 8 videos last week. Half of them were on the other channel, the Art and Creativity channel, and I'll put the link to that in the description of this video on YouTube. Talk to you later.